What's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing good. Hope you're having a good weekend. Man, golly, what a night last night. Well, I didn't catch too much of it. I didn't watch. I only watched like 5 minutes of it. I had to turn it off. Yeah, apparently Dudley and Dawn and like I said, guys, I only watched like 5 minutes of it and had to turn it off. I mean, it looked more like to me, it was more like a trash fest. I got too much class to talk about that. So, anyway, guys, I want to say thank you to Larry, Patricia, and Jacqueline. Thank you guys for the generous donation, PayPal donation. I appreciate it. And thanks everybody that watched the channel, members, subs. If you're not either and just watch the channel, appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. So, what I want to talk about a little bit is, since Dudley is on YouTube, I did get a little bit of information from his wife. So let's hear what Linda has to say about the whole situation. You know, I don't know if Linda's still with Dudley or not, so I don't know if, ex-wife, whatever she is to him, but let you know what she thinks about a few people. So, she thought Dawn and Candus had all boys. That's right, guys. She thought Dawn and Candus had just all boys. And Dudley had to tell her, no, that one's a girl. And she's like, oh. But, yeah. They must have had all their head shaves when Linda seen them. So Linda thought Dawn and Candus had nothing but boys. Now, we've heard rumors, that Candus never wanted a girl. But we've also heard rumors, that their heads were always shaved because they kept getting lice or whatever. So it is what it is. Another interesting thing that Linda thinks is, she says Candus is an evil bitch. She says Candus is an evil bitch. I can see it in her eyes. And Dawn is a sick F-U-C-K. That's what Linda thinks. You know what? Linda ain't the only one that's told me that they feel like Candus is evil when they met her. Now, when this whole thing first went down, I had a lady email me and tell me that she seen Candus at a thrift store in Kingsport. It's some kind of second-hand thrift store for kids. Once Upon a Child, I think that's the name of it. Y'all ever heard that? Once Upon a Child? If y'all have ever heard of that thrift store, apparently there's one in Kingsport on Stone Drive, and that's where this woman seen Candus after Summer went missing. And she tried talking to Candus, and she said, Dawn, I don't know what it is, but man, you could just feel the evil resonating from that woman. And that was the first person that ever told me that you could, they felt like Candus was evil. And, as time went on, other people kept coming out and saying that. And it's funny how now Linda's saying it. And they all use the same word to describe Candus, evil. That's interesting, guys. It's very interesting. And then she said Dawn is a sick F-U-C-K. I'd say a lot of people Probably would agree with that. What else does she go on to say here? Oh, yeah. Now about Jose. Linda goes on to say that Dudley didn't even know about Jose. Anything about him at all until Dawn spoke about him. So that was interesting. At least we know that part. Another interesting thing that Linda thinks here is she thinks Jose took Summer out of there. Now, why she thinks that, I don't know. She just, probably has her suspicions just like everybody else, her theories, whatever. But Linda thinks Jose took Summer out of there, which is interesting because I'm going into this next one here. And if I'm wrong, let me know, guys. But I think Dudley is the only one who claims Jose was at Summer Wells' house the Thursday or Friday before Summer went missing. Because he said that like on, I think JLR, Betty, Molly Golightly, and them had, they took Dudley and Linda out to eat and done an interview with them. And Dudley said, hey, as far as his knowledge, from what he was told, Jose was there. And Dudley says Thursday or Friday, one of the two, before Summer went missing. Which is very interesting because we all thought that Grandus, here we go at Grandus again. We all thought Grandus had taken Jose out of state, right? So, and it's strange though because not a lot of people. This does raise some red flags here, but there again, I mean, it sounds to me like Jose couldn't drive, or didn't have a vehicle, or something like that. So there may not be nothing to this, but again, could Jose, if Jose took Summer out of there, like, Linda's thinking. Because I'm trying to think about this. Like, how could Jose get Summer out of there if he didn't even drive? He didn't even have a vehicle, as far as I know. Because remember, Grandus had to take him out of state. And you never know. Grandus may have taken him out of state. And he may have been like a boomerang and came back. You know what I mean? And maybe nobody told us that part. So... yeah. Has anybody asked Dawn? Things have been so crazy lately. Has anybody asked Dawn if Jose was actually at his house a few days before Summer went missing? Now, if I missed it and they already have and he's answered it, let me know in the comments. And if he hasn't, and anybody would like to ask him next time he gets on YouTube and does an interview, it'd be a great question to ask Dawn. You know what I mean? Be a great question to ask him. So again, guys, that's it. That's what I've got for you today on this little bitty podcast. Again, I'd like to thank Larry, Patricia, and Jacqueline for your PayPal donation. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate all the support. And again, just to recap, I'm not going to, the whole trash fest last night with, on that channel, I'm not even going to, I got too much class to even talk about that. So I'm not even going to go there. So what do you think about Linda thinking Dawn and Candus had all boys? Dudley had to tell her, no, that one's a girl. So, wonder when that was. Must have not been too long, maybe before Summer went missing. I don't think Dudley worked for Dawn too long before Summer went missing. And what do you think about Linda saying that Candus is evil? Have y'all ever heard of anybody else referring to Candus as evil? Because, man, this is like the third or fourth person that has referred to Candus as evil, to me, anyway. I mean, they could refer to her as a lot more than this. You know, we all know, I mean, we're talking about Candus here. I mean, they could refer to her. I mean, there's several words that come to my mind, but everybody keeps referring to evil, which is very interesting. And do you think Linda's spot on when she says Dawn is a sick, F-U-C-K? And again, of course, you know, Dudley didn't know anything about Jose being there until Dawn spoke about him. Let me know what you think about Linda's theory about Jose taking Summer out of there. You think she might be onto something, guys? But again, like, you know, I'm sitting there thinking about that. I'm like, how would he get her out of there? I didn't, you know, maybe he did drive. Maybe he had someone driving him. Who knows? I mean, if it was planned, anything's possible. You know what I mean, guys? And I'm sorry. I mean, well, I'm not sorry, but I mean, this is my opinion. I think the whole thing was planned. I think deep down it had something to do with CPS, had something to do with Summer, had something to do with something bad going on with Summer, if you know what I mean. Because it's interesting. Out of all them kids, Summer's the only one that had to get gone. You know what I mean? And out of all them kids, Summer was the only one that was a little girl. Yeah, I agree with you, Linda. Dawn is a sick individual. And what do you think about Dudley making a statement that Jose was there Thursday or Friday before Summer went missing, guys? Let me know what you think about that. Because I think that's a pretty big statement. And, you know, I don't think anybody's really looked into that. I don't think. It'd be nice to hear what Dawn's got to say about it, because I've not heard Dawn say anything about that yet. Again, guys, if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. If you've seen a YouTube video where Dawn addresses, you know, Jose possibly being there Thursday or Friday before Summer went missing. You know, if he's addressed that, let me know in the comments below. So that's pretty much my little podcast I got for you today, guys. I appreciate you for hanging out with me. It's beautiful. What am I going to do? I think I'm going to go mow the yard. I'm going to go mow the yard and drink me some tea. Alright, guys, that's it. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you in the next video.